डियर स्टूडेंट्स, मैं डॉक्टर नीलम गुप्ता आज बीएससी पार्ट 3 के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए नया यूनिट और नया चैप्टर स्टार्ट कर रही हूँ। एप्लीकेशन ऑफ श्रोडिंजर्स इक्वेशन टू वन डायमेंशनल प्रॉब्लम। द वेरी फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम इज पार्टिकल इन वन डायमेंशनल बॉक्स की यदि हम कण को एक विमीय बॉक्स में कंसीडर करें तो किस प्रकार से हम उसको सॉल्व कर सकते हैं क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स में। क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स में हम कहते हैं कि अ बॉक्स मीन्स अ सिस्टम इन विच अ पार्टिकल इज फ्री। जब हम बॉक्स की बात करते हैं तो हम कहते हैं कि पार्टिकल एक ऐसे जगह पर है जहां पार्टिकल फ्री है, और फ्री मीन्स कि उसकी पोटेंशियल एनर्जी जो है पार्टिकल की वो जीरो है, और उस रीजन में जीरो है जिस रीजन में पार्टिकल ना क्लोज रीजन, और उसके अलावा उस क्लोज रीजन के अलावा जहां भी कहीं कण होगा या पार्टिकल होगा वहां सभी जगह पर उस कण की स्थितिज ऊर्जा इनफाइनाइट होगी। एंड वन डायमेंशनल बॉक्स मीन्स द पार्टिकल कैन मूव ओनली अलोंग द वन डायरेक्शन। Say for example, for the simplicity, we will consider that the particle is moving only along the x-axis. Along with this, we also consider that the wall of the box are non-penetratable, so that there is no chance of finding the particle outside the बॉक्स। हमने जिस बॉक्स में कंसीडर किया है, जिस सिस्टम में हमने माना है कि पार्टिकल जिस रीजन में, जिस क्लोज रीजन में इनसाइड है, उस क्लोज रीजन की जो वॉल्स हैं दे आर नॉन पेनिट्रेटेबल। उनकी वॉल्स पेनिट्रेटेबल नहीं है। अगर वॉल पेनिट्रेटेबल नहीं है, दैट मीन्स द पार्टिकल कैन नॉट फाइंड आउटसाइड द बॉक्स। एंड द सेकेंड वन इज द वॉल्स ऑफ द बॉक्स आर रिजिड एंड इलास्टिक। जो बॉक्स की जो वॉल्स हैं वो रिजिड हैं और इलास्टिक है, so that the total energy E of the particle remains constant as the particle rebound with the same kinetic energy after making the elastic collision with the wall। जब पार्टिकल बॉक्स के अंदर है, इसका क्या मायने है कि पार्टिकल जिस एक विमीय दिशा में गति कर रहा है, जब वह गति करेगा तो डेफिनेटली निश्चित रूप से पार्टिकल बॉक्स की वॉल्स के साथ कोलिजन करेगा, टकराएगा। टकराने के पश्चात पार्टिकल जिस दिशा में से आ रहा था उसके विपरीत दिशा में गति करेगा। तो टक्कर के पश्चात चूंकि वॉल्स को हमने कंसीडर कर लिया इलास्टिक वॉल्स हैं, तो इसलिए उनकी काइनेटिक एनर्जी में कोई परिवर्तन नहीं होगा। इसको समझने के लिए हमने कंसीडर किया कि मान लो हमारे पास जो बॉक्स है वन डायमेंशनल बॉक्स, उसकी लेंथ ए है। यदि मैं मैथमेटिकली इस प्रॉब्लम को लिखना चाहूं तो मैं लिख सकती हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने कंसीडर किया था कि पार्टिकल के अंदर बॉक्स के अंदर जो पार्टिकल है वो फ्री पार्टिकल है। फ्री पार्टिकल मीन्स द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इनसाइड द बॉक्स इज इक्वल टू 0। सो Vx इज इक्वल टू 0 फॉर x is greater than 0 but x is less than a. That means the particle is existing inside the box, and potential energy infinity for every region where x is less than 0 or x is greater than 0. That means when the particle is in the outside of the box, then the potential energy is infinite. In quantum mechanics, we can solve this problem by using the Schrodinger's equation of the wave for the wave function of a particle constrained to move along a straight line, that means along the x-axis. As we know, this is the Schrodinger's time dependent wave equation. Minus h cross square upon 2m del 2 psi over del x square plus v psi is equal to iota h cross del psi over del t. If we consider in equation number 2, we can say this Vx is the potential energy, and if the total energy of the particle is represented by E, then the time dependence of the wave function psi is given as psi xt is equal to psi x0 e raised to the power minus of iota et upon h cross, and this psi x satisfy the time independent Schrodinger's equation, because in this equation number 3 हमने इस वेव फंक्शन को टाइम डिपेंडेंट और टाइम इंडिपेंडेंट पार्ट को अलग अलग रिप्रेजेंट कर दिया. सो नाउ वी आर कंसीडरिंग द टाइम इंडिपेंडेंट Schrodinger's wave equation like d2 psi upon dx square plus 2m over h cross square e minus vxi is equal to 0, where m is the mass of the particle. Now we shall find the solution of this equation number 4 for the given potential function Vx of the form given by the equation number 1, like this equation number 1. And the pictorial or pictorial representation of the particle is shown in this figure number 1. This is the one dimensional box. This is the region inside of the box, this is the reason outside of the box. You can see the outside of the box, the potential energy is 0, potential energy infinity, and Vx is equal to potential energy is equal to 0 within the boundary at x is equal to 0 to x is equal to a. These are the walls of the boundaries goes up to the infinite. So after substituting the value of this in Schrodinger's wave equation, minus h cross square upon 2m del 2 psi over del x square plus v is infinity, psi is equal to e psi, which satisfied only if psi is equal to 0 at all points outside the box. That means we should analyze this problem only inside the box. When we solve this problem only for inside the box, then the wave equation number 4 reproduces that d2 psi over dx square plus 2m over h cross square e minus v psi is equal to 0. But as v is equal to 0 inside the box, so 2m e over h cross square into psi is equal to 0. That is represented by equation number 5. Now we consider E is the total energy of the total kinetic energy of the particle, as the potential energy of the particle inside the box is equal to 0. So the kinetic energy is represented by E is equal to 1 upon 2 mv square. After multiplying and dividing by m, we will get m square v square upon 2m, or this m square v square is px square, where px is the momentum of the particle along the x-axis. So E is equal to px square upon 2m. That means the total kinetic energy is represented in terms of the momentum of the particle. So twice me over h cross square is equal to px square upon h cross square, and this px square upon h cross square is represented by k square, where this k is the propagation constant. In this case, if this 2me over h cross square is equal to k square, then from equation number 5, this 2me over h cross square is represented by k square, and your equation becomes like this, the d2 psi upon dx square plus k square psi is equal to 0. Now we are trying to consider the general solution of this equation number 7, as psi x is equal to a into e raised to the power iota kx plus b into e raised to the power minus of iota kx, where a and b are, these are the arbitrary constant which can be determined by the boundary conditions, as the psi has to satisfy the boundary condition at the points at which there are discontinuity in the potential. That means what are the boundaries in one-dimensional box? One boundary is corresponding to x is equal to 0, another boundary is corresponding to x is equal to a. So at these boundaries, the wave function should be continuous at these points. That means psi x is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. This condition is used in equation number 8. So as well as when we put x is equal to psi is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0, the first left hand side is 0. We have to put x is equal to 0. So e raised to the power 0 is 1. Again this is equal to 1. So a plus b is equal to 0, where psi x is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. Now we consider at x is equal to a. This this should be a. Psi x is equal to 0. So a into e raised to the power iota k plus b into e raised to the power minus of iota k is equal to 0. From equation number 9, we can observe that b is equal to minus a. When we substitute b is equal to minus a in this equation number 10, then a e raised to the power iota k minus of a e raised to the power minus of iota k is equal to 0. A you can take common out and you can write down that e raised to the power iota k minus e raised to the power minus of iota k is equal to 0. After multiplying or dividing by 2 iota, we can say 2 iota a e raised to the power iota a e raised to the power iota k a minus e raised to the power minus iota k upon 2 iota, that is equal to 0. And this bracket term is sine of ka. So 2 iota a sine k is equal to 0, or sine k is equal to 0, or we can say ka is equal to n pi, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, or your k is equal to n pi upon a. So it may emphasize here that constant a cannot be taken as 0, because in that case b is equal to minus a will also be 0. Hence, the solution of this equation number 8 will make the wave function vanish everywhere. If we consider again the equation number 8, as well as when we consider b is equal to minus a, then the wave function vanish everywhere, which is physically uninteresting. Further, n is also not taken to be equal to 0 or negative, because as well as when we put n is equal to 0, our k is also equal to 0. What is the meaning that k is equal to 0? Which means the momentum and hence the kinetic energy of the particle is also equal to 0. If that means when the kinetic energy of the particle is 0, what it shows? It shows that the particle is at rest for all the time, which is not physically true. K is equal to 0, like A is equal to minus B is equal to 0, gives psi is equal to 0, which again means that the probability density is equal to 0. That means the particle is not inside the box. Similarly, the negative values of n simply repeats the corresponding values of positive n and do not give any independent solution. So, the solution of equation 7 can be written as psi x is equal to a into e raised to the power iota kx minus e raised to the power minus of iota kx, which is again equal to 2 iota a sine of kx. This 2 iota a is written as capital C, which is another constant. So this psi x is equal to C sine of kx. Now to evaluate the constant C, we apply the normalization condition. That means the total probability of finding the particle inside the box is 0. This problem you can easily understand in that way, that if you are in my class and I have my class every day between 11 to 12 in room number 22B, that means there is a finite probability that I will be present in room number 22 every day between 11 to 12. So by using this phenomena, we can say the total probability of finding me in room number 22 every day between 11 to 12 is always equal to 1. Similarly, if we consider the particle is inside the box, then the total probability of finding the particle inside the box is always equal to unity. So after integrating this wave function 0 to a, psi square dx will give you 1, because definitely the particle will be inside the box. Now using equation number 12, we can write down or we can substitute the value of the psi square as c square integral 0 to a sine square kx dx is equal to 0. After substituting the value of k, this is equal to sine square n pi upon a into x dx. And by multiplying or dividing by 2, we have to put 2 sine square n pi a into x upon 2 into dx is equal to 0. As we know, cos of 2 theta 1 minus sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, or it is equal to 1 minus, no, I think the cos theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. So sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta whole square. So 1 minus 1 upon 2 यहाँ आ गया. This 2 sin square theta को हमने लिखा 1 minus cos 2 theta whole square. So cos 2 n pi x upon a to the, I'm sorry, it should not be a square. It is not a square. It is only 1 minus cos theta. So c square integral 0 to a 1 upon 2 dx minus c magnitude square 0 to a 1 upon 2 cos of 2 n pi x upon a into dx is equal to 0. As if we consider the integration of this cos term between the 0 to a, we will find that this term is equal to 0 after substituting the integral limit, and we get c square a upon 2 is equal to 1, or this c is equal to under the root 2 upon a. Hence the normalized wave function is psi nx is equal to under the root 2 upon a sine n pi upon a into x. This is represented by equation number 13. Using this equation, we can write down the various eigenfunctions as if we substitute n is equal to 1, then this will give the first wave function psi 1 is equal to under the root 2 upon a sine pi x upon a. If we substitute n is equal to 2, then the wave function psi 2 is equal to under the root 2 upon a sine of 2 pi x upon a. Similarly, we consider n is equal to 3. The wave function is represented by psi 3, that will be equal to under the root 2 upon a sine of 3 pi x upon a up to nth number of wave function psi n is equal to under the root 2 upon a sine n pi upon a into x. Now these eigenfunctions are plotted in this equation number, in this figure 2. At the boundaries x is equal to 0 or x is equal to a, we'll get the wave function value of psi x is equal to 0, because as you substitute x is equal to 0, your sine is also equal to 0, so the wave function psi 1 is also equal to 0. As well as you substitute x is equal to a upon a will be cancelled out, sine n pi is further 0, so this is equal to 0 in this case. When you substitute a is equal to 2, how you will get this value of the psi 1x? When you substitute x is equal to a upon 2, so a will be cancelled out with this a, and it will, for n is equal to 1, it is equal to sine pi by 2, and sine pi by 2 is 1, so psi 1 maximum is equal to under the root 2 upon a. So this represents half of the wave. So the distance of the wall which is equal to lambda upon 2. Similarly, we can also substitute n is equal to 2, and for n is equal to 3, we'll get when we substitute x is equal to a by 4, I'll get the maximum value of psi 2x. If we consider x is equal to 3a by 4, I'll get the maximum value in the opposite direction of psi 2a. Similarly, when we substitute n is equal to 3, so we can draw the wave eigenfunctions corresponding to n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, and further so on. So these are the eigenfunctions which are plotted and shown in the figure. So I think next time, in the next class, I'll discuss about the energy eigenvalues of the particle in a one-dimensional box. So for today, it is, I think, sufficient. Thank you.